Go ahead.
Go back to President Putin and his
Sure.
comments. I don't think that anyone in this government yet, in this administration, has commented on these, this, I can be in Kiev in 2 days, and those comments.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, sorry, not 2 days. Although maybe 2 days is more accurate, who knows? In 2 weeks. So do you have any, do you regard these comments by the Russian president as provocative? How do you see these, especially given what's going on right now with the Ukrainian allegations that the Russians have actually invaded?
Well, this is hardly the language of a statesman seeking peace and prosperity for people in the region. I understand that there have been some explanations about language being taken out of context from the Kremlin. I'll let them speak to that.
And which should sound familiar to denizens of this building who
Well,
have seen
James,
remarks reported.
I think it would be more useful, of course, to hear President Putin say that in 2 weeks he will remove all Russian troops and pull back the assistance, financial and military, that he's providing to the separatists. That certainly is our
So
view.
you're giving him 2 weeks, is that the deal?
Well, I think
Would you like to see it happen sooner rather
referenced
than
2 weeks.
later?
Of course, we'd want it to happen sooner, but the reference to 2 weeks was in the 2 weeks in the
Okay.
quote. Go
Do
ahead.
you have any reason to doubt any of the allegations being made by the Ukrainians that they're actually now fighting? It's not just pro-Russian separatists they're fighting. It is the Russian army itself. And do you have any comments, since you did have a comment on President Putin and his 2-week remark, do you have any comment on the Ukrainian defense minister talking about this conflict as a great patriotic war?
Well, the first question, Matt, I think Russia has certainly continued to increase its intervention in eastern Ukraine and is responsible for the escalating violence. We know it's encouraged by Russia, it's funded by Russia, the separatists are trained by Russia. And obviously we've seen over the course of the last several weeks an escalating level of aggression from the Russian-backed separatists, and obviously Russia has been fully engaged in that effort. In terms of the specific comments of the defense minister, I'm happy to take a look at them if you want to send them over.
Well, do you have any reason to believe that the Ukrainians are incorrect or are correct when they say that Russia has invaded their country?
Well, I think we've seen, and I don't want to make a sweeping term because there are reports we have that are unconfirmed, and we speak to the ones that we have that are more confirmed.
Okay,
but
that are more confirmed?
that are confirmed.
So, okay,
that
can you
have-
speak, so speaking to the confirmed reports, are there Russian troops in Ukraine right now fighting the Ukrainian army, as the Ukrainians claim?
Well, I think, Matt, I don't have anything new to confirm for you independently from the United States. Obviously, we've seen an increasing level of aggression from the Russians. That includes the movement of troops across the border, which NATO and others have certainly spoken to and confirmed over the course of the last week. That includes the continued effort to provide military assistance and
Okay,
financing.
That means movement of troops across the, movement of Russian troops across the Ukrainian border into Ukraine. Is that what you're
Well, that's
talking
been
about?
confirmed, I mean, last
Okay,
week.
so why is that not an invasion? Why do you shy away from this? I mean, the NATO commanders said last week that if this was happening in a NATO member, it would invoke Article 5 would be, excuse me, invoked, because it would be something that it requires a military response. If one member is attacked, they're all attacked. So why not call it the way you see it?
Well, I think in our view, it doesn't matter what we call it. We're calling it an illegal incursion. We're saying they're violating the sovereignty of Ukraine. We've obviously increased not only the number of sanctions and the kind of sanctions we're putting in place, but we continue to consider a range of requests that the Ukrainians have issued. So our actions, in our view, and what we're going to do about it is more
All
important
right, I
than
have
what
two
we
more
call it. Go
very,
ahead.
very brief ones. One, well, what do you think then, since you're convinced that the Ukrainians and NATO and everyone else is right, that there is an incursion, that the Russian troops are there, what do you make of the Russian denials that they're not?
I think that contradicts the facts on the ground and what we've all seen, not just the United States, but a range of countries and certainly NATO, as they've spoken to over the
So
last week.
President Putin and Foreign Minister Lavrov and Ambassador Churkin and Russian Defense Ministry people, they're all lying when they say, no, we don't have anyone,
I'll
we don't
let
have
you
any
put
troops.
labels on it, but
All
I
right.
think the facts are the facts.
And then my last one,